Hi guys, so once again I am in my closet. I think this is my favorite place to do videos now because there's like light and it's just a door behind me and mostly I can like shut myself away. Right now I have two kids sleeping, which is kind of unheard of, but there's like three doors between me and the hallway, and so I kind of love that I can just be kind of like shut away from the world. So today, I can't remember the last vlog I did. It was probably about depression. Depression that was more related to my, secondary infertility. So today I want to kind of talk a little bit about, sorry, I have like a hair on me. A little bit about healthy tips and tricks that I've learned over, God, how long have I been trying to lose weight? Ever since I was like 19. Yeah, so ever since then, that's like 11, almost 12 years. And I've had a lot of success at it. There was one time that I lost like 40 pounds during the holidays, like at Christmas time, because I was just super disciplined and I decided what I was going to do. Also, I was unmarried, had no kids, so that does make a difference. So yeah, like obviously I am not an authority. I am not a doctor. I am not, this is just stuff that has worked for me in the past. So, okay. My first thing is, so I work out in different areas. I'll do the treadmill. We have a stationary bike set up. I'll do Zumba. I also have a Slim and Six DVD that I'll do. It's like Beachbody. But mostly I find, and I always listen to music or I'll listen to conference talks while I'm exercising. But I find that on the treadmill, I tend to get more bored, which is so weird because my body's doing the most and I'm listening to something and it's just whatever. So I get bored on the treadmill. So I put up pictures. Pictures that remind me of kind of what I'm fighting for, why it's important for me to lose weight, why I'm doing any of it. And yeah, so pictures. I'm a very visual person. Visual aids are important to me. So this is one of my favorite pictures of myself ever. Obviously I'm super thin, and this, I was like 17 or 18 in this picture. Probably 18. Anyways, I look so happy. I look so happy. Okay, I'll just show you the picture, okay? Look, that used to be my face, like right there. And my face was so thin and I looked so happy, and like I could turn my head to the side, like obviously, and I didn't have to worry about like 5 chins. So instead, for some people, these kind of pictures make them feel upset about how they are now. It's more of a detriment than a helpful aid. For me, it's helpful because I choose to look at it that way. I choose to be like, oh great, I was that happy once. I was that thin once. I was that beautiful once. No wonder Luke always wanted to make out with me. So yeah, pictures are big for me. What else? Finding a good time to exercise, because exercise is so important. Even if you go on a walk, do a little walk, a little 10-minute walk every single day. It's so important, and it's not even just for weight loss. Like, weight loss is just kind of like a benefit of exercise. I used to have a really hard time when people would be like, oh, you're depressed, you should exercise. I was like, you don't understand that I am exercising. I don't get the high from exercising that other people do. To me, it's kind of a necessary evil. I feel good when I do it because I know I'm doing something healthy for me, but it's not because I'm all like, ooh, exercise gives me such a high. Like, that's not me at all. But for some people, yeah, that's great. That's like an added bonus. But, you know, it keeps your body in such a condition that, you know, cardio obviously keeps your heart healthy. There's a million benefits to exercise. Just do it. Just do it for like 10 minutes if that's all you got. And trust me, I get the being busy thing. 4 kids, 8 years, I was like literally about a single parent. My husband was in school full time and working full time, and I get the no time. I get it. And I used to find that my best time of day for working out was when the kids were taking naps. But sometimes when my kids take naps and I exercise, they automatically wake up. You know, like it's just, and right now, 5 a.m. works best for me. It's going to change. It's going to be different. Just try and figure out a time where you can do 10 minutes just to walk, dance around your house, have a little dance party with your kids or by yourself, or, you know, and no one cares what you look like because no one's around. So, exercise, super important. What else? Okay, so I have been trying to, let's see, for like the past 8 months, I have been researching depression and stress and all kinds of things that are related to that because I didn't want to just lose weight. I want to be healthy and I want to understand why I tend to not eat when I'm really depressed, why I tend to overeat when I'm really stressed or reach for things that are just horribly bad for me. Like I wanted to know, I guess the science behind it, science, reasons, whatever, why people do what they do. And I've kind of come up with, I made two little cards. Here, I'll hold them up. And so if you want to pause the video, it's going to appear backwards to you. Whatever. Okay, so I'll read them. These are on my pantry. This is on my pantry so that I remember, you know, so that I'm not needlessly reaching for something without remembering the consequences or the reasons behind it. So I put, and I believe this was a quote that I found somewhere that I just kind of like tweaked to my own whatever. It says, stress eating is not the primary problem, but a symptom of unmet needs. What do you need? And then below it, I put feelings that I have when I usually stress eat. So the first one, and this is also Luke's biggest one, he eats when he's bored and he eats when he's stressed. I don't really eat when I'm bored. Mostly I eat when I'm stressed, but I'm like stressed all the time. Okay, so bored. If the emotion is bored, find something to do not related to food. So food is kind of like everywhere, right? It's there when you celebrate. It's there when you want to eat your feelings and be sad. It's at family gatherings, and it's literally everywhere. It's not like drugs or alcohol. If you have an addiction to those things, you can put some distance between those substances and yourself. You can't do that with food because you need it to live. So it's difficult managing a food addiction. It's way hard. So find something to do not related to food. And I made a whole list of things. It's kind of the, It's kind of the, now I'm in the sun. There we go. It's kind of the same things that I do to combat depression. Exercise, get out, go for a walk, read a book, watch a show, paint my nails, you know, like a whole slew of things that I took the time and wrote down about myself. Okay, so the next one says, if the emotion is angry or upset, solve the problem, Repent, which is what we do in my church, go to confession, make yourself right with God. Like if you have guilty feelings that are eating you alive, that's going to be your number one thing. They're not just eating you alive, but they're also causing you to eat. So solve the problem, repent if necessary, talk to anybody about it. And I'm going to add to that only if they want to listen. Because some people will ask you, hey, how you doing? And they'll just expect you to say fine. I'm not the kind of person that just says that I'm fine. If people ask how I am, I'm going to let you know, hey, it's been a crap day. Hey, I'm doing really awesome. This is what is happening with me. Because I feel like if you ask me how I'm doing, you should be prepared for the answer. So talk to anybody about it. I talked to Luke about everything, so a spouse, a friend who you know won't judge you, who won't automatically give you advice, who will just listen and kind of validate your feelings about why you're angry or upset. Someone that will let you vent. A mother, a sister, a brother, aunt, uncle, anybody who is like that in your life. Walk, laugh. I love laughing. When I'm so upset, that's usually one of the things Luke will try and do is get me to laugh. And he'll usually do something so exaggerated that I can't help but laugh. It's hard to explain, but it kind of releases the tension between me and him and kind of inside of me. So laughter's awesome. And then I also put exercise, because sometimes when I'm angry, I can get on the treadmill and just run and run and run and run, and it helps me kind of expend the angry energy, if that makes sense. And sometimes that's exactly what I need. Okay, sad. If your emotion is sad, talk, cry, because sometimes you just need to cry. I don't ever feel like it's a bad thing. Like, I don't ever tell my kids to stop crying. I say that it's okay to cry. Because I feel like you really do need that emotional release. Serve others. When I feel sad, getting outside of myself and finding somebody else who needs help or somebody who needs something. Service is huge. But there are times when I'm so depressed that I can't think about anybody else. I have a really hard time thinking beyond myself and my husband and my family. And also remember that if you are taking care of your kids, if you're making dinner for your husband and your family, that is service. You are still serving people. So during those times in your life when you're so overwhelmed by just life, you are still serving. Don't ever feel like, oh, I can't serve. That makes me a horrible person. I can't help anyone. I'm always the one that needs help. I got stuck into that for a lot of years, and I carried around a lot of guilt. Unnecessary guilt. Because I didn't realize that what I was doing was a service to the people around me. Read TV. TV is it's a good distraction. It doesn't actually solve anything. It can distract you long enough to kind of decompress so that you're not as angry as you originally started out. Sometimes I have to do that. I just have to mindlessly watch a show. Reading's kind of the same for me, but it involves more work. An affection, hugs. Hug your spouse, hug your kids. Little kids are always willing to hug. They give the best hugs too. Okay, the next emotion was stressed. Breathe, meditate. I put read scriptures and pray because, as a member of the LDS Church, that really helps me. I draw strength from the scriptures and the truth that is in the gospel that I believe. Pray. Believing in God has saved me many, many times. Distraction, again, books, movies, go for a drive, get outside, talk to anybody. Happy is a hard one because everybody's like, you know, let's celebrate with food. Anytime we go to a restaurant, they ask us, what are you guys celebrating today? And we're like, oh, it's a Tuesday, you know? So celebrate without food. Instead, like, obviously you have to eat. I'm not saying starve yourself, but like, don't go out of your way to have a 5-course dinner because your husband got a promotion or because you whatever. You know, try to celebrate without food. Instead, do a fun activity or something relaxing, like go, all I'm thinking is like amusement parks or miniature golfing or whatever. Relax. So like spa type stuff, that always helps me relax. Bubble bath, candles, that kind of a thing. Yeah, okay, so and then I have a couple more quotes at the bottom that I just kind of like came up with. It says, focus on the long term. What do you really want for your life and body and spirit? That's hard sometimes. When I want chocolate, I just really, really want chocolate. But if I can take the time to think about that, do I really want chocolate? Is that what would be best for my body? Would it be best for my mind if I eat the chocolate and then beat myself up about it later? You know, just focus on that. Savor small indulgences. So that doesn't mean, hey, don't have any treats, don't have any dessert or salt or whatever your thing is. They're called treats for a reason. They're meant to be once in a while, occasionally. I don't know how it got to be that we have dessert after every meal, dessert after every function. You know, it's just the way society has evolved, I guess. And then the last one is show compassion for yourself and others. I decided a long time ago that like I have lost weight. You know, over the years I've probably lost and gained the same like 50, 75 pounds plus some. But I decided that I was never, like, once I lost the weight for good, I would never look at anyone who was overweight and be judgmental about what they were going through, because I don't know. I never know what someone else is going through. Just like they don't know what I'm going through. I'm sure people look at me and are like, geez, girl, put down the ice cream, you know? Maybe you should stop eating so many Oreos. I'm sure people have looked at me. No one has been bold enough to say that because they know I would probably punch them in their face. But just show compassion to yourself. If you slip up, you slip up. You know, you move on. You start anew the next day or the next week or whatever it is for you. And as you show yourself that same courtesy, make sure to show it to others. Try to give people the benefit of the doubt. Just show compassion, show kindness, show love towards other people, towards strangers, towards your own loved ones. I think we tend to be harder on the people closest to us than we are on strangers. So, yeah, I think that's about all my little healthy tips. Anyways, I hope you guys have an excellent weekend full of fun things and good food and healthy food, and I just hope you guys have a great weekend. Okay, bye.